magnificent. Good morning, Colonel, sir. Fine bright today. I hear down at the village, prices is picking up, and it's a big year for cotton.
And heroic, a charismatic superstar who leapt on the screen. Men wanted to be like him and women wanted to be with him. But in real life, he was complicated, longing for recognition as both an actor and writer. Devilishly handsome and charming, he was a risk-taker who flouted society's conventions and inevitably landed in trouble. For him, life was a series of adventures. Making movies was one.
Well, this is Colonel Braxton Beauregard Burlique the Fifth, adventurer, treasure hunter, swashbuckler extraordinaire, at your service, madam. Well, tonight's topic, we're going to be covering, I like to sometimes feature a fake and phony item, and tonight's featured piece is going to be this here sword. Now look at this sword. That really looks like something, doesn't it? You got the gold plate on there. You got the reefs and script and all that. It looks very nice. And look at this here blade. Look at this. Isn't that a beauty? Isn't that something, son? Yes, indeed. And what we have here is they're showing this. You see this here, son? They're showing this as an Ames Sword Company sword. But here's the unfortunate part. This here, son, is made in India. You see that, boy? See, I'm trying to show it to you. Trying to learn you something here, son. It's made in India. So this is styled after a Civil War type sword, straight army sword, if you can see. And you look at that. You got the eagle. You got this beautiful script that has, oh, this is for the Union, as you can see here, boy. Look at this. And look at that. It's a very nice piece. Very nice piece indeed. But it's a phony. It's a phony. This was a piece that I actually picked up out of a collection. There was some like Civil War reenactor stuff there. But I wanted to show that they're even faking the trademark, which the Ames company, but they're the company, they make those shovels and hose and things like you could get at the hardware store. And they, that same company, in addition to swords, they made those utility shovels and picks, during World War II. And I believe they still make some shovels. The company's still in business. They do a lot of civilian shovel thing. But they've made swords going way back, and this would be patterned after a U.S. regular army sword, Civil War era, very fancy. But it's a fake. So the point I'm making, son, is you have to check the markings on these carefully. If it says made in India, you have a phony, because those swords, they're made in the United States, or you'd get some, maybe over the years, you get some foreign makers. Like an example, I just picked up a model 1902 U.S. officer sword. That one's made in Germany. That would probably have been by Eckhorn, which I'll bring that out some night, show you all. But Usually those swords would be marked made in Germany, before World War II, usually made between World War I and World War II. And then after World War II, they did, some of the U.S. suppliers, they did bring swords in from Germany. They were marked made in West Germany up to the point before the unification of Germany. And now the Germans are giving their country away. Hell, they might end up just not even being around in another 10 or 20 years. There'll be some bunch of Muslims will be taking their show over the way things are going in Western Europe. But that's beside the point, son. I just wanted to make you aware that these are out there. They're phony as a $3 bill. They look good. Don't get me wrong, son. They look good. This is sort of the kind of swords you'd see maybe in the movies. Although back in the day, when I was with RKO, I have to say that Howard Hughes, he gave me my start in show business back then. And, in the swashbuckling, we actually used the period style. We actually used the period swords. We got them they were reasonable and they were available, so most of our gear was the real deal back then. But now, here you are all these years later, and you've got all these phonies floating around. What is this thing worth? Well, I don't know, maybe between $50 to $100 on the used market. You got to be very careful. The point I'm trying to make is it's not just this Nazi German stuff that they're faking. They're faking U.S. stuff. It makes your head spin, all the phony pieces that are out there now. But the old colonel, likes to keep you all up to date when it can, so I thought I'd do a video on this here subject. And so that pretty much wraps it up for this here segment. So I'm going to sign off. Well, this is Colonel Braxton Beauregard Burlique the Fifth, adventurer, treasure hunter, swashbuckler extraordinaire. Well, I must have been drinking a little too much. Signing off. Goodbye, y'all.